Thank you for taking the time to learn about the fight against the Eddie Jones Warehouse approval. The Eddie Jones Warehouse was approved by the Planning Commission on February 10th, 2025, in a questionable process by which the commissioners themselves negotiated the number of truck bays planned for the project, all while assuring that there could always be more truck docks if a future tenant wanted them.
And anybody that's going to come in there to lease, if they want to increase their capacity, knows that they have the ability to take out when it's a tilt-up building. They can take those sections out and put a dock door.
So what was the point of this compromise? Why reduce the number of truck bays if the developer can always come back and ask for more? In the end, the Planning Commission certified the original environmental impact report, which analyzed the impact of a 567,000 square foot building with 114 truck bays. In this, the Planning Commission essentially handed the developer the opportunity to build anything up to these original specifications if a future tenant requests it. Council members Rick Robinson and Jimmy Figueroa, however, appear to be unaware of this in their comments when they voted against the community appeal and thus fully approved the project and certifying the original environmental impact report.
The developer came forward with an original project, which in all honesty was not worthy of the community support. Through listening processes and talks with the community, a revised project was submitted that frankly received much better remarks and showed a willingness to try to conform to the community input.
Does he honestly not realize that in rejecting the community appeal, that he certified the environmental impact report for this original project that he admits is not worthy? Figueroa expresses the same ignorance in his comments as well.
You know, one of the main concerns that I heard from the community about Eddie Jones initially was the truck bays, the amount of truck bays. The developer, you started at 114, I believe. Did you suggest that you would be willing to reduce the truck bays again?
That's correct. We want to make sure we don't limit ourselves from attracting high quality tenants. So we need a certain amount just because it's a large project on a large piece of land, but we are willing to reduce the truck bays down to 28.
Again, here we see both Jimmy Figueroa and the developer pretending that they are really locked into 34 and then 28 truck bays. As a reminder, here's what the Planning Commission said to him in the February 10th meeting.
The idea of having a number stated on the conditional use permit, but then they have the ability to come back once they get a tenant and be able to talk a little bit more about this company needs to have 10 or whatever it is, 16 or whatever it's going to end up being, because that's your tenant.
Yeah, and that was always on the table, that,
Yeah.
you know, that they could come back and get the full 100 and whatever it was, 114. So
As Bama and Rosales explained themselves, this was no compromise. It was a bait and switch so they could claim that they listened to the community, when in fact they told the developer he can always have up to 114 if a future tenant needs them.